Here's the real cheat code to life that I've not heard anybody else talk about online, because the real cheat code to life isn't unlimited discipline, and it definitely isn't motivation, because those are nice ideas and they sound good in a podcast clip or an Instagram reel, and they sound great when somebody says it to you when they're trying to sell you a 90-day course, but they're not the real advantage that will pay off in every area of life. The real cheat code in life is something that most people never even think about. It's how fast that you can recover. Because here's the truth that nobody likes to say out loud. You're going to lose money. You're going to get rejected. You're going to fuck up and make mistakes and send you back 10 steps. You're going to embarrass yourself in front of people that you respect. You're going to launch something that flops and doesn't actually go to plan. You're going to make decisions that look stupid in hindsight. And you're definitely going to go back to something even though it doesn't work. That's not a possibility. That's the entry fee. That's the cost of being in the arena of success and of life. Because here's where most men completely misunderstand the game. They think the goal of life is to avoid the fall. So they move too cautiously. They wait for things to feel safe. They wait until they feel ready. But here's the kicker. You're never going to feel ready. You take action and get ready by taking the action. Some men are waiting to feel confident, and in doing that, they accidentally build a life that keeps them small. Because if your entire strategy in life is avoiding failure, you're never going to be able to build anything meaningful. Because the men who actually move forward in life understand something different. The goal was never to avoid falling and failing. The goal is to train yourself to be able to get back up faster than everybody else and keep on moving. That's the real cheat code, because recovery speed compounds faster than anything else. So let me actually explain what that means. Everybody fails, but most people, when they fail, they stay down. Not physically, mentally, emotionally, structurally. They lose money in business and suddenly they stop believing themselves. Some people get rejected and they start questioning everything. They embarrass themselves in front of people that they respect, and now they hesitate before ever speaking up again or speaking their mind or sharing their ideas with the world. One fall and one failure turns into weeks and months of hesitations, and that turns into drifting. Months turn into years of playing way smaller than they should be playing. Not because that you're not capable, because you stayed down for too long. And the reason you stay down for too long is because your life is misaligned across the 3 B's. That's body, being, and business. Because one setback doesn't just affect one area of your life. It affects everything. It's all interconnected. You see this happen all the time. Something goes wrong in business and suddenly the man who's gone wrong stops training. His sleep collapses. He starts putting on weight. His head becomes loud and anxious and overwhelmed. His confidence disappears. Now the problem that started in one pillar spreads everywhere else. The business got hit. Now the mind's chaotic and the body's getting neglected. That's 3 pillars collapsing at once. That's misalignment. And misalignment makes the fall last way longer than it should, because when your life's fragile, one problem turns into 10. But when your life is aligned, something powerful happens. You still fall. Everybody does. Everybody falls down from time to time, but the recovery becomes fast because the structure holds you in place and lets you re-attack. Alignment is simple. 3 pillars: body, being, and business. And when those 3 pillars are aligned, they support each other, they feed into each other, they stabilize each other, and they protect the momentum. So when something goes wrong in one pillar, the other 2 hold the structure up. So let's say that your business takes a hit, a deal falls through, a client says no, somebody snakes you out for your business, something doesn't work out. In a misaligned life, that destroys the whole week, if not the whole month, and the man starts to spiral. His head becomes noisy, he stops training, his routine collapses, he starts going to bed later and waking up later, and suddenly one problem becomes 10. Does that sound relatable? But here's the opposite, because in an aligned life, a life with alignment, something different happens. Business takes a hit, that's fine, but the body still trains, so the confidence stays intact, so that means the mind still gets to stay clear, so the decisions stay clear, which means the mission still moves forward and the needle gets moved forward in a meaningful way because the structure holds. That's the difference that alignment makes. Alignment shortens the fall, so what used to take months takes weeks. What used to take weeks takes days. What used to take days takes hours. Eventually, something incredible happens. You fall and you're back on your feet before anyone even realises that you've stumbled. That's when the game starts changing, because now something else disappears. Fear. You no longer start fearing making mistakes and you head and face on. You stop fearing mistakes, you stop fearing rejection, and you stop fearing embarrassment, because you know something that most people don't. You recover fast and you make shit happen regardless. And when you recover fast, you can take more shots, you can take bigger risks, you can move faster. And when you do all three of those things, that means you can build more momentum, build more progress, build more meaningful action in your life, because you're not afraid of the fall anymore. You trust the recovery. That's the real confidence. Not pretending that you'll never fail, knowing that you'll recover quickly even when you do, because most people want a life where nothing goes wrong. But that life doesn't exist. I wish that life existed, but it doesn't, which is fine. Because what actually matters is how quickly you're able to stabilise when things go wrong, which they always will. And alignment makes that possible, because when the body is non-negotiable, your physical energy stabilises everything. Training sharpens your discipline, stabilises your mood, and it reminds you that you're still in control. When the being pillar is protected, your mind doesn't spiral anymore. You create space to actually be able to think and move forward, space to reset, space to be able to see clearly instead of reacting emotionally to every single setback. And when the business pillar stays intentional, your mission, your purpose continues to move forward in a meaningful way, even when things don't go perfectly. Body, being, and business, the three pillars, the three stabilizers, the three anchors that keep momentum alive regardless. And when those anchors exist, something interesting starts to happen in your life. You stop looking fragile, you stop looking reactive, you stop looking like somebody who gets knocked off course easily, and you start looking dangerous. You start looking like a man who's locked in. Because dangerous men aren't the ones who never fail. They're the ones who get up immediately and keep on moving forward. They're the ones who don't hesitate. They're the ones who keep moving while everybody else is still recovering. Recovery speed becomes your advantage. It becomes your special superpower. And that advantage compounds over time, because while most people are still licking their wounds and feeling sorry for themselves when something goes wrong, you're already back in the arena, trying again, building again, moving again, taking action again. And that's where real momentum comes from. Not perfection, but recovery speed. And recovery speed comes from alignment across the three B's. Body, being, and business. Three pillars locked in. And if this video is hitting home for you, which it must be because you've got this far into it, then good. Because most men secretly know this about themselves, but they don't want to do anything about it. And they're not stuck because they failed. They're stuck because they stayed down for too long. They allowed one mistake to derail weeks of progress. They allowed one setback to collapse their structure. And the truth is brutal, but simple. You don't need more motivation. You don't need another podcast. You don't need another Monday morning magical reset. You need alignment across the three B's, body, being, business. You need pillars so strong enough to stabilize you when life inevitably punches you in the mouth. Because life will punch you in the mouth. Business will punch you in the mouth. People will punch you in the back, stab you in the back. The question isn't whether that will happen. The question is how quickly are you going to be able to get back up when they do. And the man who masters recovery speed becomes incredibly difficult to stop. So if this resonates with you, click the link in the description and get your copy of the alignment blueprint, the exact structure that I give to all my private clients to help them lock in the three pillars across body, being, and business. Because once those three pillars are aligned, the fall and the failures stop mattering so much and the recovery becomes unstoppable. That's the real cheat code to life. So click the link in the description, get your free copy of the alignment blueprint. It's simple but effective and it will change your life. And if you need proof that it will change your life, click through to my website and see the testimonials and the client wins of all the men that have come before you whose lives have changed as a result of putting this system into play. I'll see you in the next video, but don't bother clicking on the next video if you're not going to download the alignment blueprint. Let's fucking go.